Hi, this is Maury Mo here, and you may hear my little bird in the background. Her name is Sweetie. So this is a follow-up to my last video, which was a review of my new large planner. So that's out of the way. Today I'm going to show you how I decorate my planner with Modge Podge in a process that's called Decoupage. And I'll put some links to where you can get Modge Podge for yourself, or for the wrapping paper if I happen to find a link for it. Some of these links might be affiliate links, by the way, so I just want to make sure to let you know that. I don't know if all of them will be, but some of them will. Okay, so let's get started. So, this is my planner. It is the To-Go Weekly Planner by Zyga from Barnes & Noble. And if you look on the back, I've already done the back, and it's on the inside cover, and it turned out really well. So now I want to finish doing the front cover with my wrapping paper, and I use this really beautiful Star Wars The Last Jedi wrapping paper. That I saw that at Walmart, and it's really great. This and the magic comes from this product here. It's called Modge Podge, and you want to get the kind that is for paper. This has a gloss, but it will be the glue, the finish, and the sealer. So this process, like I said, is called decoupage, and it's where you take paper such as napkins, wrapping paper, magazine pages, and you decorate surfaces like tables, planners, notebooks using this special type of glue. So let's get started. So the first thing I did was I cut out the piece of wrapping paper that would fit my planner. So let me put this out of the way and bring this up close. I put this all down on wax paper, so if I get any glue spilled, I can easily clean it up. Now I'm going to put this on this side of the paper, and then this will provide extra cover. So this is done in two parts. The first part is going to be where we glue the paper to the surface. So and I've got this little brush here that I will be using to help evenly distribute the glue onto my paper. Now, some little warnings about Mod Podge Glue. You want to be certain that you only use small amounts at a time, because you don't really need as much as you think you do. And you only want to use small amounts, applying it very quickly, because this will dry very fast. So I'm going to pour only a tiny amount in a plastic blue bowl here. There we go. We don't need very much. And this is a little sloppy how I'm wrapping this up, but that's okay for now. So let's put that back, and this will wipe right off your hands too. It's not that dirty. So I'm going to get out my brush, and I'm going to make sure I've got this on the right side. So we're going to have this right here lined up with the wires. And very carefully, we're going to get a very tiny amount on here. And then with very even strokes, I'm going to go to my wax paper so I don't make too much of a mess. I'm going to start in the middle and just very carefully put this up here. So again, you don't need nearly as much as you think you do. And you can always reapply it when you need to. And very quick strokes here. I'm going to touch it a little tiny bit. I'm going to have to be really careful because I may have put a little too much in the middle. But we're going to try to smooth all of that out as best as we can. And you just want to make really fast strokes here. Ooh, be very careful holding it down. You want to pay special attention to the edges, by the way, because those are when they tend to curl up. Alright, so if you got all that, now I'm going to go ahead and very carefully put this on my planner. Alright, let's very carefully set this down. Okay. So I'm going to try to smooth this outward. Start in the middle and go up. And the big clue to getting this to be as wrinkle-free and bubble-free as possible is to constantly smooth it. And if you've got like a wooden dowel or maybe even a magic marker that's really big and really fat, something that's like that can act as a roller, that is a really good way to help smooth out the air bubbles. So that's what I'm doing here, is I am just going over this as much as I can. And if any of this tries to stick up, I can add a little bit more glue. So I'm going to add a tiny bit more glue here. Just a little. Okay, and I'm going to set that down. Let's go back over it. Again, we just constantly going over this as much as we can. Okay. And it's going to take about 2 hours to dry. And I'm not going to stop doing this. I'm going to do this about every 15 minutes. I'm going to come back and go start from the middle and go outward. And if I see the paper curling, I'm going to gently apply a little bit more glue. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off because this is the first part of the process. And then I will come back to do the second part. Hey everybody, it's Maury Mole here again. This is part 2. So this has been 2 hours since I have applied my wrapping paper to the planner and using Modge Podge over there. Every 15 minutes during those 2 hours I was smoothing it out like so. And you'll see a little highlighter here in the background. This I use to do like that. That also helps smooth it out. And since I've done that and 2 hours have passed, we've gotten a very nice, very smooth application of the wrapping paper. There are no bubbles and no crinkles. The top is lifting up a little bit. That's not too unusual, but let me tell you, this does go away over time. And you'll see that it's my cutting of this wrapping paper is a little rough around the edges. I initially was going to do a smaller piece, more sharply cut like on the back, but I decided I really like the rougher edges to the front page. I think it gives it a nice raw sort of look, but at the same time has this beautiful diamond pattern with all these Star Wars characters, BB-8 and Rey and Kylo Ren. Okay, so we're going to do the part 2, and this portion doesn't take as long. This is where we use the same Modge Podge to create a finish over the top of our wrapping paper. Now this part I had a little bit of problems with last time because I used a little too much and it started to wrinkle the paper, but I was able to get it to dry out. So hopefully we'll use, since this is my second application of doing this planner with Decoupage, like I said, I did the back part a few weeks ago. This is the front part. Hopefully we won't have that problem. But even when I had a little bit of bubbles with the back panel a few weeks ago, those bubbles disappeared. So it wasn't really a loss or anything. And I'm really happy how it's turned out overall. So once again, I have poured only a tiny bit of Mod Podge in my bowl. You never need very much, and you want to be sure to tightly close it when you are done, because this will dry out, but it does stay wet pretty much. And like I said, this is a fast drying product, so you want to use it as quickly as you can. So now we're going to take a tiny amount and then go over the top of this. This will create the finish. So we're getting just, let me show you here, a little tiny bit. We're going to start in the middle and go over it. And this looks white, but it will actually get clear when it dries. So here again, we're using only little tiny dabs. Little tiny pieces. And this is a really great brush from Modge Podge. They actually make this brush, excuse me, so it really helps with getting a very even application. So let me go over this. Like I said, this is the part I had a problem with last time. Okay, now I'm only going to do one coat. I don't really think it needs more than that. Okay, that's pretty evenly coated. So we are done with the Mod Podge. And let me see if I have any wrinkles on here. Let's go see. Only a slight wrinkling at the bottom, so that's pretty good. That's not too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and even that out. I'm going to use my highlighter here, and we're just going to roll that out. And again, this is plastic, so there we go. You're squishing a little bit. Yep, that gets that right out. And this part here only takes about 15 minutes to dry, and it's looking really good. I don't see any bubbles. Let me see if I can make sure we don't have any. Let me go over here. Yeah, this looks really good. Okay. Yeah, this looks really good. So this definitely came out a lot better than my last time I did this with the back panel. So we're done for now. We're going to go ahead. This will need only dry for about 15 to 20 minutes. You can do a second top layer if you want, but I don't think it's really necessary, especially since this top plastic will go over the top, and that provides plenty of protection. So I'm just going to gently lift it up to you. There you go. That is the finished product. So yeah, that is how to decoupage wrapping paper to your planner to decorate it with any style you want. So any wrapping paper, Christmas, holidays, spring, whatever your favorite wrapping paper is, you can totally use that to decorate your planner or bullet journal. And I loved making my planner all Star Warsy this year. It was a lot of fun. Okay, if you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments. I love to talk to you about my decoupage experience. This is my first decoupage project, by the way. So I'm really happy with how it's turned out, and I look forward to doing more decoupage in the future. Okay, thanks everybody for if you're watching this video. And like I said, for some of these products, I'll list links down below, and if they may be affiliate links. Okay, all right, bye.